Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen wa sallallahu wa sallam wa barak ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'een amma ba'd. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Ahlan wa sahlan to our weekly class on the explanation of Al-Muqaddimah Al-Ajurrimiyyah. And the explanation that we are currently going through, it is Al-Tuhfah Al-Sanniyyah by Sheikh Muhammad Muhyiddin Abdul Hamid Rahimahullahu Ta'ala. And the last thing we were speaking about was Kana wa akhawatuha. Kana wa akhawatuha, and we stopped in the middle of that chapter. Bi-idhnillahi Jalla wa'ala, the plan today is to finish what is remaining of that chapter, and inshallah also finish inna wa akhawatuha. As for dhanna wa akhawatu, I think we'll have to leave that till next week, inshallah. So I shall share the screen with you. Okay, hopefully you can see that. Now, so we did all this, kana wa akhawatuha, and I believe, where did we stop? Yeah, where the arrow is. Okay. So we mentioned that kana wa akhawatuha, there are 13 in number, yes? Altogether they are 13. Kana is one of them, and there are 12 more. And we looked at them and their meanings and some of the i'rab. So he says here, the Sharih, Sheikh Muhammad Muhyiddin Abdul Hamid Rahimahullah, he says here, وَتَنْقَسِمُ هَذِهِ الْأَفْعَالُ, these af'al, these 13 af'al, وَتَنْقَسِمُ هَذِهِ الْأَفْعَالُ مِنْ جِهَةِ الْعَمَلِ, in regards to their action, in regards to, yes, what action they do or their job, إِلَى ثَلَاثَةِ أَقْسَامٍ. So in regards to their amal, these 13 af'al can be divided into 3 categories. Al-Qismul Awwal, ma ya'amalu hadha al-amala, is that which does this amal. What is the amal? Wa huwa raf'u al-ismi wa nasbu al-khabar. That's the amal. Because as you know, kana wa akhawatuha, kana wa akhawatuha, what is the amal? Raf'u al-ism wa nasbu al-khabar. So al-qismu al-awwalu ma ya'malu hadha al-amala, which amal? Wa huwa raf'u al-ismi wa nasbu al-khabari. بشرط تقدم بشرط تقدم ما المصدرية، نعم، ما المصدرية وظرفية عليه. So the first qism, the first category is which has this amal, but with a condition. What is the condition? It must be preceded by ma. Any old ma nafi, ma this, ma that? No. Ma al-masdariyya dharfiyya. And we did this last time. Remember, we looked at the example, yes? وَهُوَ فِعْلٌ وَاحِدٌ, and that is only one fi'l from the 13, and that is dama. That is dama. So it has to be ma dama. Like for example, where is it? Here. Remember this? Ma dama. This was the example. La a'dhilu Khalidan. I will not blame Khalid. Ma dumtu hayya. As long as I am alive. So long as I am alive. And we did the i'rab of this in detail, and I explained to you that this ma is al-masdariyah al-dharfiyah. And I explained to you what a masdariyah means and what dharfiyah means. Now, al-masdariyah, we mentioned that whatever fi'l comes after ma, it is changed into a masdar of that fi'l. This we've done hundreds of times before. And al-dharfiyah, meaning it contains the meaning of waqt, time, muddah, time period. And we said that the taqdeer of this is what? La a'dilu Khalidan muddata dawamihi. Nam muddata muddata dawamihi. Sorry. La a'dilu Khalidan muddata dawami hayya. Muddata dawami hayya. We did this last week. Yes, that's taqdeer. Anyway, so fast forward. وهو فعل واحد وهو دام. So dama. So if I say to you, dama Zaydun ghaniyan. Now, as you can see, before dama, there is no ma. So there has to be, for dama to have an ism and to have a khabar, there has to be a ma before it. And this ma has to be masdariyah al-dharfiyah. How do you know if it's masdariyah dharfiyah, or if it is masdariyah, or if it is nafiya? From the context, from the meaning, it becomes very clear. Okay. So now here dama, it doesn't have the amal of kana wa akhawatuha, which is raf'ul ism nasbul khabar. So therefore, what's the meaning of this sentence? So here dama, it will just be normal fi'lun madin. Fi'lun madin tam, not nakis. Just like you do normally i'rab. Fi'lun madin, mabniun fath la mahallun min i'rab. Zayd would be what? Zayd would be fa'il. Marfu al-amza rafi dhamma al-akhiri. What's ghaniyan then? Ghaniyan is hal. Hal from Zayd. يعني زيد يعني remains wealthy. يعني زيد بقي زيد يعني زيد remains wealthy. Okay, so Zayd is not ismu dama, ghaniyan is not khabar dama. It cannot be, it's impossible. It has to be ma before it. طيب. All right, that's قسم الأول. القسم الثاني ما يعمل هذا العمل بشرط يتقدم عليه نفي أو استفهام ونحي وهو أربعة أفعال. قسم الثاني ما يعمل هذا العمل, which has this عمل, What amal does it have? Raf'ul ism, nasbul khabar. But there's also another, this time there's another condition. Bishartin yataqaddam alayhi, with the condition that is preceded by one of three things. Nafyun, negation. And this is a mistake. It's not istifhamun. It should be du'a'un. Du'a. So it's preceded by either nafi, negation, or du'a, supplication, or nahi, prohibition. Okay, so if it's preceded by one of these three things, then it will have amalu kana. وهو أربعة أفعال. There are four أفعال. وهي زال وانفك وفتح وبريها. So for example, you can say ما زال زيد قائما, or you can say لا يزال زيد قائما. ما زال زيد قائما. لا يزال زيد قائما. This is, what is it preceded by? Zala yazalu, by ma and la. What is ma and la? Nafi. Remember, I told you before that this is nafi in wording, but in meaning is muthbat, something we affirm. It's affirmed, it's positive. Yani ma zala zaidun qa'iman, yani Zaid is still standing. Zaid continues to stand until now. La yazal Zaid has continued to stand until now. He continues to stand. So the meaning is muthbat. In the wording is nafi, but the meaning is muthbat. So this is the example where it is preceded by nafi, and we also said nahi. For example, I can say ya. We've done this before. Ya Zaidu, la tazal qa'iman. O Zaid, continue standing. Nahi. This la is nahi. La an-nahiya. Or dua. For example, I can say ma zalallahu yarhamuka. Ma zalallahu yarhamuka. Ma zalallahu yarhamuka. Yani, may Allah continue to show you mercy. May Allah continue to show you mercy. Okay. And then, so there are these four. Ma zala, man fakka, ma fatiya, ma bariha. For example, yeah. Okay. Al-Qismu Thalith. Ma ya'malu hadha al-amal bighayri shart. It has this amal without any conditions. What are they? وَهُوَ ثَمَانِيَةُ أَفْعَالٍ وَهِيَ الْبَاقِي. There are 8 af'al and they are the remaining ones. 8 plus 4, 12 plus 1, 13. واضح? خلاص. واضح. All right, now we move on to the next part. Okay, everything's clear. Just checking the screen. That's fine. وتنقسم هذه الأفعال من جهة التصرف إلى 3 أقسام. Okay, now there's another categorization of these أفعال كان وأخواتها. Before we looked at the categorization by way of their amal. Now we look at the categorization من جهة التصرف. Tasarruf means tasrif, sarf. You know the sarf morphology? Like, you know, kataba yaktubu, uktub. كتابة فهو كاتب صرف. So from that angle they can also be divided into ثلاثة أقسام. What are they? القسم الأول ما يتصرف في الفعل تصرفا كاملا. ما يتصرف في الفعلية تصرفا كاملا. It has تصرف كامل. What does that mean? بمعنى أنه يأتي منه الماضي والمضارع والأمر. From these أفعال you can get الماضي and مضارع and أمر. وهو سبعة أفعال. There are 7. From these 13 there's 7 of them. What are they? وهي كان وأمسى وأصبح وأضحى وظل وبات وصار. These 7 they have تصرفا كاملا. So you can get الماضي المضارع الأمر, you can get المصدر, you can get اسم الفاعل إلى آخره. Okay. والقسم الثاني, قسم الثاني what is it? ما يتصرف تصرف ناقصا. It has تصرف but it's تصرف not كاملا, ناقصا. What does that mean? بمعنى it's deficient. It's not complete but deficient. بمعنى أنه يأتي منه الماضي والمضارع ليس غيره. Mean you can get الماضي المضارع from it and nothing else. وهو أربعة أفعال. That's 4. So 4 plus 7 is 11. وهي فتية وانفك وبره وزال. These 4 you can get الماضي, you can get مضارع. فتية يفتع, انفك ينفك, بره يبره, زال يزال. والقسم الثالث, the last one, ما لا يتصرف أصلا. There is no تصرف at all, nothing. Okay, nothing can come from it. وهو فعلان, they are the 2 remaining fi'ls. أحدهما ليس, one of them is ليس اتفاقا, by اتفاق, by agreement of the grammarians. ليس you cannot get any مضارع from it. ليس ليس بس only ماضي. والثاني دام على الأصح, and the other one is دام على الأصح according to the strongest opinion. So you cannot say, and that's the correct opinion. So you cannot say دام, yes, and ما دام ما يدوم. You cannot say ما دام and ما يدوم. It doesn't. You can't say that. ما دام. For example, you have ما دام. You cannot say, for example, لا يدوم. Doesn't work. Yes. Does not work. And that's the correct opinion, of course. There is a difference of opinion, but the strongest opinion, the correct opinion is that from it you only get ماضي, and you just get ما دام. Okay. All right. So that's that. Then after finishing that point, he wants to make an important point here. And he says, وغير الماضي من هذه الأفعال يعمل عمل الماضي. The غير الماضي, other than ماضي, from these أفعال has the same عمل as the ماضي. And then he gives you 3 examples. The first example is نحو قوله تعالى ولا يزالون مختلفين. ولا يزالون مختلفين. So he says ولا يزالون مختلفين. So لا حرف نفي مبني على السكون لا محل له من الإعراب ولا عمل. يزالون. Who would like to the إعراب of يزالون? Anybody? You want to the إعراب of يزالون? Okay. Yes, let me just open up the mic for you. Okay, go ahead. يزالون.
لا يزالون فعل ماض ناقص.
فعل مضارع.
فعل مضارع ناقص يرفع الاسم وينصب الخبر.
نعم. مرفوع.
مرفوع لخلوه من الناصب والجازم وعلامة رفعه ثبوت النون.
نعم، أحسنت. لماذا؟
لأنه من الأفعال الخمسة.
نعم، أحسنت. يزالون فعل مضارع ناقص مرفوع لخلوه من الناصب والجازم وعلامة رفعه ثبوت النون. لماذا؟ لأنه من الأفعال الخمسة. الواو. So what about this wow here? الواو.
الواو ضمير متصل مبني على السكون في محل رفع فاعل.
فاعل or اسم يزال.
مبني على السكون في محل رفع اسم يزال.
أحسنت، في محل رفع اسم يزال. نعم. الواو ضمير متصل مبني للسكون في محل رفع اسم يزال. مختلفين. مختلفين is nice and easy.
مختلفين خبر يزال خبر يزال منصوب وعلامة نصبه الياء لأنه جمع مذكر السالم.
والنون.
والنون عوض عن التنوين في اسم المفرد.
أحسنت. نعم. مختلفين خبر يزال منصوب وعلامة نصبه الياء لأنه جمع مذكر سالم. والنون عوض عن التنوين في الاسم المفرد. نعم، أحسنت. good. okay, so that's ولا المختلفين. ولن نبرح عليه آكفين. okay. ولن نبرح عليه آكفين. Let's do the Arab. ولن نبرح عليه آكفين. That's what they said to Harun alayhi salam. Banu Israel. Remember when Musa alayhi salam went to Jabal Tur to receive the Torah from Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. After he went alayhi salatu was salam, the Banu Israel, they took a calf made out of gold as their god and they started worshipping it, waliyadu billah. And Harun alayhi salam said to them, what are you doing? And they said, وَلَن نَبْرَحَ عَلَيْهِ آكِفِينَ حَتَّى يَرْجِعَ إِلَيْنَا مُوسَى. They said, we're going to continue worshipping it. Akifina, worship. We're going to lan nabraha, continue, as you know. Here, bariha, yabrahu, nabrahu is preceded by nafi. We will continue worshipping it until Musa comes back to us. And Musa came back alayhi salam and he rebuked Harun alayhi salam. He said, what have you done? And he said, Don't hold me accountable. Then Musa alayhi salam, and he said to Musa alayhi salam, he knew Musa alayhi salam was angry. So he said to Musa alayhi salam, don't grab me by my beard, nor by my hair. No. That's one of the proofs that the Anbiya and the Rusul, they used to have beards. وَلَن نَّبْرَهَ عَلَيْهِ آكِفِينَ حَتَّى يَرْجِعَ إِلَيْنَا مُوسَى. Okay, so let's look at lan. Anybody want to do the i'rab of this word, lan? Okay, Ilyas, and if anybody else, no? Okay, go for it.
لن حرف نفي ونصب واستقبال مبني.
نعم أحسنت.
مبني على
Yes, continue.
السكون. مبني على السكون لا محل له من الإعراب. نبرح.
Yes, very good. لن حرف نفي ونصب واستقبال, and we've taken this word many times before and we explained why it is so. So لن حرف نفي ونصب واستقبال مبني على السكون لا محل له الإعراب. Yes, good. نبرح.
نبرح فعل مضارع منصوب بلن وعلامة نصبه
فعل مضارع ناقص. نعم منصوب.
ناقص منصوب بلن وعلامة نصبه الفتحة الظاهرة على آخره.
طيب واسمه. Same thing. Remember, normally we say وفاعله. Now we say واسمه.
واسمه ضمير
مستتر.
واسمه ضمير مستتر تقديره نحن.
وجوبا. Good. So نبرح فعل مضارع ناقص منصوب بلن وعلامة نصبه الفتحة ظاهرة على آخره. واسمه ضمير مستتر وجوبا تقديره نحن. طيب عليه.
على حرف جر مبني على السكون لا محل له من الإعراب.
نعم. على حرف جر مبني على السكون لا محل له من الإعراب. والهاء.
والهاء ضمير متصل مبني على الكسر في محل جر مضاف إليه.
في محل جر بعلى. So it is في محل جر, not because of مضاف إليه. There is no مضاف. It's في محل جر بعلى. So okay. So basically عليه is جار مجرور. متعلق
بنبرح.
متعلق بعاكفين. Why? What's the asl of this kalam? وَلَن نَبْرَحَ عَاكِفِينَ عَلَيْهِ. عَاكِفِينَ عَلَيْهِ. Yes, that's the asl. وَلَن نَبْرَحَ عَاكِفِينَ عَلَيْهِ. So ala, ukuf, ala. Ala always comes with this word ukuf, akafa. And it's in the Quran and it's the Sunnah. يَعْكُفُونَ عَلَى أَصْنَامِهِمْ. يَعْكُفُونَ عَلَى أَصْنَامِهِمْ. وَلِلْمُشْرِكِينَ سِدْرَةٌ يَعْكِفُونَ عَلَيْهَا. Yes. So يعني this نعم يعكفون. Okay, so that's that. Okay, what about عاكفين?
عاكفين اسم فاعل.
No. Look what you're looking for. We are كان وأخواتها. You have the اسم نبرها. Now you're looking for the خبر نبرها.
عاكفين خبر نبرح منصوب وعلامة نصبه الياء لأنه جمع مذكر السالم.
والنون.
والنون عوض عن التنوين في اسم المفرد.
Good. Yes. So عاكفين is خبر لن نبرح. منصوب وعلامة نصبه الياء لأنه جمع مذكر سالم. والنون عوض عن تنوين الاسم المفرد. Okay, good. I'm thinking of this. Shall I do it or shall I not? It's a bit tricky. This i'rab here is a bit tricky one. I don't know if you do it or not. Okay. ما شاء الله brother Adam has been writing ضمير مستتر فيه وجوبا نعم ذكر نحن متعلق بعاكفين. أحسنت. خبر نبرح منصوب. نعم أحسنت. Yep, we can do the tricky one if you like. No problem. Okay, I'll go through it myself because some of it you will know, but you can follow me through in this one. تالله تفتأ تذكر يوسف. Anybody know what this is about? تالله تفتأ تذكر يوسف. تالله تذكر يوسف. Yep, it's قسم. Good. نعم حرف قسم وجر. أحسنت. So this here this is what they said, the children of Yusuf alayhi salam. No, sorry, the children of Yaqub alayhi salam. They said this to Yusuf alayhi salam. Remember, Yusuf alayhi salam was very, very upset. He cried and he cried and he lost his eyesight. Alayhi salatu wassalam. And they said to him, Tallahi tafta'u tadhkuru Yusuf. They said, by Allah, you will continue remembering Yusuf. So, first thing is first. Let's break it down. So, at-ta, as Brother Adam has mentioned, is harfu qasamin wa jar. Mabni al-fath. Yes, harfu qasamin wa jarrin. Mabni al-fath la mahalla lahu min al-i'rab. Then Allah, lafz al-jalalah. Allah lafdul jalala is muqsamun bihi. Muqsamun bihi. Majroor. Yes, majroorun, you can say bittha, for example. So Allah lafdul jalala muqsamun bihi. Allah is being sworn by. Majroorun bitta'i wa alamatu jari, of course, is al-kasra al-akhir wal jar majroor, and we spoke about this before. Wal jaru wal majruru muta'alliqun bi fi'lin mahdhufin taqdiruhu you can say uqsimu or ahlifu. Yes. So al-jaru majroor muta'alliqun should be wujuban here. So when it comes to qasam, we'll have al-waw, we'll have al-ba, we'll have al-tha. All circumstances, al-jaru majroor is muta'alliq bi fi'l mahdhuf, with the fi'l is muta'alliq to a fi'l which is mahdhuf, omitted. Wujuban. When it comes to al-tha wal-waw, the fi'l is mahdhuf wujuban. When it comes to al-ba, it's jawazan. It can be there or it can be omitted. Doesn't matter. One of the two, yes? Because both have been narrated from the Arabs. So taqdiruhu uqsimu ahlifu. This fi'l which is mahdhuf, it's taqdir. What is this fi'l is mahdhuf wujuban? Is uqsimu ahlifu. So you say uqsimu tallahi or ahlifu tallahi. You don't say that. It's wujuban, is negated and it's omitted. Nobody says uqsimu tallahi, ahlifu tallahi. It's like redundant. It's the same thing. Saying tallahi is the same thing as saying uqsimu billah. Saying tallahi is the same as ahlifu billah. Yes? Okay, that's that part. Now, let's move to the next part. That's obviously a side issue. The main issue is here. Tafta'u tadhkuru Yusuf. Let's write that again. Let's write it like this. You can write it like this, not a problem. Tafta'u tadhkuru Yusuf. Okay, now tafta'u is fi'lun mudari'un, obviously, from fati'a yafta'u. Tafta'u. Because they're addressing Yaqub alayhi salam, their father. Fi'lun mudari'un naqis. It's marfu'. Same i'rab. مرفوع لخلوه من الناسب والجازم وعلامة رفعه الضمة الظاهرة الآخرة. Then you say واسمه, same as you say فاعله, same thing. واسمه ضمير مستتر وجوبا تقديره أنت. تفتأ أنت. Then we have تذكر. تذكر is nice, easy peasy. فعل مضارع مرفوع لخلوه من الناس والجاز واللام رفيع ضم ظاهر الى اخره, like a normal one. وفاعله ضمير مستتر وجوبا تقديره أنت. تذكر أنت. يوسف, of course, is مفعول به. Remember, تذكر is the fi'l and the fa'il. يوسف is a مفعول به. Okay, so these two go together. Okay, So Yusufa maf'ulun bihi mansubun wa alamatu nasbihi al-fathatu al-zahiratu ala akhirih. That's the i'rab done. Now, there's a little bit missing. What is missing? Where's the khabar of tafta'u? Tafta'u, we said ism of tafta'u is damirun mustatirun wujuban taqdiru anta. Tafta'u anta. So anta, which is mustatir wujuban, is the ism of tafta'u. Where's the khabar of tafta'u? And it's this jumla. So we say wa jumlatu tadhkuru Yusufa fi mahalli nasbin, of course, khabaru tafta'u. Wa jumlatu tadhkuru Yusufa fi mahalli nasbin khabaru tafta'u. Yep, muksamun bihi. Okay, so that's that. Yes, of course. That's it. Yes, brother Adam. Yes, exactly. Look, with a normal fi'l, which is called fi'l tam, you need a fa'il. With the fi'l naqis, you need a ism and a khabar. So it's not that difficult. But the question is now, oops, what's happened here? The question is this. We said that for yazaluna, which is zala, nabraha, which is bariha, tafta'u, which is fatiya, and the fourth one in fakka. 4 of them. We said for them to have the amal of kana, which is raf'ul ism wa nasbul khabar, they have to be preceded by either nafi or dua or nahi. So this first one, wala yazaluna, is preceded by la nafiya, nafi, no problem. Nabraha is preceded by lan, which is harfu nafi. But tafta'u has no nafi before it, no nahi before it, and no dua before it. But still, it has the amal of kana, where it has a ism and it has a khabar. Limada? Why? Because there is a nafi there. There is a nafi, but it is muqaddar. How do we know it's muqaddar? So basically what I'm trying to say is, really there is a nafi, and that is la tafta'u. In the reality, that's the structure. And the la is muqaddar. Why are we saying that? What's the proof? The proof is very simple. There is a qaida, there is a rule that the jawab of the qasam, as you know, brothers, sisters, I forgot to mention the last thing, that you know this whole thing here. If I go back here, just go back here, you see all this, yes? Use a different color. Yes, you see all this here. This is qasam. When you swear by Allah, you need a jawab. Yes, you don't just swear and go quiet. Yes, there has to be any jawab al-qasam. What are you swearing for? What thing are you? Okay, you're swearing by Allah, but for what? So this is the jawab al-qasam. That's the jawab of the qasam. Now, The rule says that if the jawab of the qasam, to be more specific, we can say this is the jawab of the qasam. The rule is for jawab of the qasam, okay, if it is fi'lun mudari, if the jawab of the qasam is fi'l mudari and muthbat, it's fi'l, jawab of the qasam is two things, fi'l mudari and it's muthbat. It's not nafi, it's muthbat. Okay, that if that is the case, then it has to be, there has to be noon at-tawkid. There has to be noon at-tawkid. For example, look here, and this is another ayah from the Quran. Look here, let me just, Allahi la'akidanna asnamakum. By Allah, I will destroy your idols. Ibrahim alayhi salam saying that, yes. Look, Tallahi, yes. Okay, where is the jawab al-qasam? Here. Now look at the fi'l. The fi'l of this is obviously akidu. Wa akidu kayda famahhil al-kafirina amhilhum ruwayda. So akidu, yes. So this fi'l, this is fi'l al-mudari and it is muthbat. It's not, there's no nafi before it. So now this is why we had to put before it lam and at the end of it noon at-tawkid. But what? But here that didn't happen. It remained as tafta'u. Why? Because yes, it's fi'l mudari, but it's preceded by a nafi. It is not muthbat. And where is the nafi? Nafi is before it muqaddar. If there was no nafi before it muqaddar, it would become la tafta'anna. We'll say Allahi la tafta'anna tadhkuru Yusufa. But that didn't happen. Why? Because that only happens if the fi'l mudari, which is jawab al-qasam, it is muthbat. So it didn't happen. And because it didn't happen, that is a proof that there is a nafi muqaddar. I don't understand your question, Brother Adam. You said, is it mudmaratun wujuban? Which part is that? Yeah, it was Allah. Okay, that's fine. No problem, inshallah. Okay, so Tallahi tafta'u tadud Yusufa. Okay, so that brings us to the end of kana wa akhawatuha. Now, I don't know, we've almost done an hour actually. So, I don't know. No way we're going to do inna wa akhawat, that's going to take time. So we can inshallah do inna wa akhawat, dhanna wa akhawat both next week, I guess. Inna wa akhawat, dhanna, they'll be easily be able to do that next week, inshallah, these two. So we can leave that, I guess, next week. So I was hoping to finish this before, but anyway, khair, alhamdulillah. And also our plan in Ramadan, brothers and sisters, is going to be, I don't think we'll be able to have lessons in Ramadan. It's going to be difficult because I'm 3 hours ahead from UK. Some of you are in the UK, somewhere elsewhere. Ramadan, iftar times differ, everyone's busy. Taraweeh's different times, Isha's a different time, work schedules are different. And it's going to be very difficult for us to find a time where we all going to be available. Even a suhoor time is going to be difficult. Some people will be sleeping, some people will be having suhoor, some will play fajr. So I thought of it and I thought it's not going to work. Alhamdulillah, we got 3 more lessons before Ramadan. Inshallah, we've got 3 more lessons. We'll do whatever we can. And then inshallah, after Eid, couple of days after Eid, we'll resume our lessons. And inshallah, hopefully, by the end of June, I've looked at the book. By the end of June, inshallah, we would have finished Ājurrumiyyah. And then inshallah, we'll take a book, a basic book on sarf. A simple book on sarf. Then once we've done that, then inshallah, we'll take a simple book on balagha. So you get some simple stuff. And then you've done Ājurrumiyyah, a basic book on sarf, a basic book on balagha, and then we can build on that. We can go back to Nahu again and do Qatara Nada. And even Qatara Nada, although I was taught it in great detail, but there are simpler versions, so we could perhaps look at a simpler version of it. Yeah, but inshallah we'll see how it goes, but this is the plan, inshallah. I think you need to be familiar with the basics of these 3 sciences and then build on top of that. Bi-idhnillahi jalla wa ala. Khair, inshallah. So we'll stop here and we'll see you next week, inshallah, at the same time. Inna wa akhawatuha and dhanna wa akhawatuha. Wallahu ta'ala a'la wa a'lam. Wa sallallahu wa sallam wa barak ala nabiyyina wa habibina wa imamina wa qudwatina Muhammad ibn Abdullah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Nah, barakallahu feekum.